What's up, everybody? My name is Kier, and you are watching The Important Things That Really Matter. Today, we're going to be talking about part 3 of the Passport Bros. Part 3 of the Passport Bros. Bros, beware. Bros, beware. And we're going to talk about certain things that you need to be aware of, bros, when you're in another country. This information will help you tremendously. This information will help you tremendously. You have to be smart when you are in another country. You cannot be walking around with your gold chain around your neck. You cannot be walking around with your nice watch on your wrist. You cannot be walking around with your nice rings on your fingers with the diamonds. You cannot be walking around, because all of these things are going to do is make it like you got a target on your back. You're not trying to go overseas to another country and put yourself in a position to get robbed. That does not make any sense. Do not wear any gold. Do not wear any jewelry. Don't wear any rings. Don't wear any expensive watches. Do you understand? It's very, very important that you understand this. You don't want to go to another country and get robbed, okay? Number 2, if you're going overseas to possibly look for a wife who has more traditional values, well, when you're overseas or you're in another country, some of the same principles that you will apply over in the United States are some of the same principles that you will apply in another country. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is, you know how a lot of people tell you that going to a club is not really a good place to be looking for a wife? Going to a club is not really a good place to be looking for a wife. So if you're in another country, stay away from the clubs. Go to other places where you can meet other people. Other places like maybe the colleges or universities. I was listening to a lady. She was from Africa, and she was saying that you may think that, going to church is a good place to go. And for what the lady was saying in the video, she was basically saying in a nutshell, church is a good place to go, but she was also saying too, in the churches in other countries, some of the people that's in the churches just came from the clubs and you were still wearing the same clothes on that they were wearing when they were at the club. And one of the things she was saying was that, it is a possibility that you can get a quality person in the church. The point that she was saying was that you still have to be careful. You may want to look for a high quality person at a college or university. You may want to look for a high quality person at maybe in a small village. But this lady was also saying too that you got to be careful too, because the person may not be the best person even in a small village. So you're going to have to do your due diligence and find out that if there is a person that you are interested in. I tell a lot of people, you better watch and pray. 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 Ask God to show you if this person is right for you or not. You still need to know, because you don't know. You don't want to sit up here and get with somebody in another country and then find out that they have screwed around with half the people in the city. And just that you the only one that don't notice, but everybody in that city knows about her. You need to do your due diligence in trying to find out as much about the person as possible. That's what I say about the whole dating process, period. It not only goes for here, it also goes for when you're in another country. You need to ask them a bunch of questions about themselves. You need to sit down and talk with them for hours and hours and hours. The more you talk to them, the more that there's going to be a possibility that if they are not a good person, that they're going to tell on themselves, okay? If there are other people that know this particular individual, you might want to kind of indirectly ask them what type of person that person is that you're dating. You may not want to be direct with the questions. You want to be somewhat indirect, because you may not want to insult the woman, or you don't want her to know that you're trying to check up on her, which you should be checking up on her to find out what type of person she is. And if you talk to several people and they kind of tell you indirectly she's a good girl, she's a cool person, this person's a traditional person. No, she's not out in the street and stuff like that. She don't be hanging at the club. And she, then that kind of lets you know that you may have a good person that you're working with. And then, like I said before, you want to watch and pray, watch and pray, watch and pray, watch and pray. Ask God to show you who that person is. And would that person be a good wife for you or not? You still have to properly vet a person. You still have to get to know a person, okay? So this is the second most important thing that you have to know. Also, too, one of the things, passports, bros, that you need to be aware of, that's extremely important, that you can be in one of these countries, and if one of those women are putting stuff in your drink, all right, that happens a lot. Happens a lot in places like Colombia, okay, where somebody puts something in your drink when you leave out the room or go to the restroom, especially if you're drinking. You drinking with somebody, they know sooner or later you're going to get up and go to the restroom. And I know my mother told me before I had went off to college, my mother had told me, while you at college and you have to go to a bar or somewhere like that, don't ever leave your drink. So I'm going to tell you the same thing she told me. Don't ever leave your drink if you are a drinker. Even if it's not alcohol, even if it's just a pop or soda or some juice, don't leave it. Okay, because you don't know what people will do. I heard a situation where there was a guy that had was in a hotel room and he had two women in there. So I guess he must have went to the restroom and came back and they were talking. He drank his little drink or so. All of a sudden he started feeling funny. He started feeling like he was about to black out. He immediately rushed both of those women out of the hotel room. He was like, get out, get out. He grabbed both of those women, pushed them out the door, shut the door and locked before he fell out on the floor. Well, he knew that they put something in his drink. They put something in the Kool-Aid, okay? And when he woke up, he still had his wallet, still had his luggage, he still had everything. That's because he rushed them out of the room and locked the door before they could rob him. Now, it's not just that is extremely important for you to be aware of. There was a particular individual. This particular individual was, I think they were on a cruise. I think it was a white guy. And the guy had met this very attractive woman when the ship had stopped off somewhere, and met this very attractive woman. So him and her went back to the hotel motel, and they were about to get busy with each other, and all of a sudden he blacked out. Well, you can pretty much figure why the man blacked out. When he finally woke up, the woman was gone, his wallet was gone, his credit cards were gone, any jewelry or any watches he had were gone, all that was gone. And he's sitting in a tub of ice water. Once again, the man is sitting in a tub of ice water, naked, and he don't know how he got put in this tub of ice water. He looks next to the tub, there's a phone next to the tub. The man also sees a telephone number. It's a telephone number of the hospital. Well, he realized not too long after he woke up, the man had stitches on the side of him. Well, why did he have stitches? Well, when he got up, he kind of felt real funny. He felt funny because somebody put something in his drink and they took one of his kidneys out. So the reason he had stitches on his side is because it took his kidney out. Called the hospital. They sent the ambulance to the hotel room, came and got him, and took him to the hospital. Now the ship, to my understanding, just went on anyway because they didn't know where he was at, okay? So this is another reason why passport bros, you need to be very careful, which goes back to what I'm saying before. You better watch and pray, watch and pray, watch and pray, watch and pray, okay? Do not leave your drink anywhere, even if it's Kool-Aid. If you can't watch your drink 100% of the time, don't even get up to go to the bathroom. If you get up to go to the bathroom, don't come back and drink that drink, okay? So these are the things that I want to tell you that you need to be aware of, that you need to be very aware of. So anyway, I want you to please like, please share, please Please subscribe and peace.